Go. All right. Well, I just got done watching the Lions. They lost to the Los Angeles Rams 41-34. Exciting contest, at least in the first half. Both teams are trading blows back and forth. They went Lions actually led at halftime 24-20. Um Actually 24-17 now that I remember it. Um and so I felt coming into this game the way the Lions were going to win was in an offensive shootout. And the first half showed that. In fact, they got uh, a huge benefit when Aiden Hutchinson intercepted Matthew Stafford and returned it all the way to the 17-yard line. And I thought that was the help they needed. First half 27 or 24-17 was the score. And if everything was looking, this is going to be a good game. Third quarter happened, and the Rams scored 17 unanswered points. The Lions offense couldn't get anything going at all in the third quarter. I think they only had like 10 yards total. I don't know what happened. Lions fall down as many as 41-24. I'm sorry, 41-27. And then the Lions score a late touchdown by David Montgomery on a wildcat formation, makes it 41-34. And the Lions were able to get the ball back with like 13 seconds, but they just couldn't do anything, and that's how they lose. But the story was the third quarter. Lions could not get anything going. It was all Rams. There was a controversial call. They gave the Rams a touchdown. It should have been down at least down at the 1, but it looked like it was incomplete too. But they just said, no, it's a touchdown. Their ruling was he caught it, fumbled it, and regained possession in the end zone. Like, that's a reach. If that was the case, then it should be just incomplete, because if it's a fumble, then the ball hit the ground. That's what you're saying. There's not enough time to. I don't know. I just felt like that was a reach, and once again, the Lions get screwed on a call. What else is new? But I don't know. They lose, and they now fall to. It's weird because it seems like ever since September, the Lions they win a game, they lose a game, they win a game, they lose it. They just go back and forth with this. And I think just there's a lot of injuries in that secondary that was apparent. That was very apparent, especially in the passing game. So the Lions fall, I think, to 8-6. They're still in the hunt in the playoffs, but now they need help. The Bears won earlier today. They won 31-3 over the Browns. They're going to need help in that area. The Packers just lost, so that might help a little, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes as far as like playoff picture is concerned. But yeah, this was fun first half. It was a fun first half. If you liked offense, this was their game. But that third quarter was just brutal. It was all Rams, and Lions offense just could not get anything going. And so, yeah, according to the analytics, the Lions playoff percentage chances of making the playoffs fall to 40%. So it's not the end of the world, but they just need help now. I think they need the Bears to lose, and the Bears and the Packers are playing each other, so that will sort itself out. But they also need losses from the 49ers and other teams. But this is a tough loss, and if they want to stay alive, they have to run the table the rest of the way. And the rest of their games, they're home next week against the Steelers. That's a game I'll be at on Sunday at 4:25. Then the rest of the way, they're on the road. They're in Minnesota. That's a winnable game. But then again, Minnesota beat Detroit, so who knows? And of course, they finish the season in Chicago, which will be extremely cold. and the Lions struggle again in cold weather games. So they have some adversity to overcome if they're going to make the playoffs. But yeah, they fall to 8-6. It's just tough sledding. My game balls for the Rams since they won, I'm going to give it to Puka Nacua. This guy was a terror to cover. 9 catches, 181 yards. Didn't score, but man, he was just difficult to cover. And even like when he caught the ball, he would gain an extra like 5 yards fighting tackles because he's just so big and hard to tackle. He's just a freak of nature. Game ball for the Lions is 2 people. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 13 catches, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Jameson Williams, 7 catches, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. So that's those are my 2 game balls. Yeah, Lions' chances they're still alive, but now they need a lot of help here and there, and all they can do from their standpoint is just run the table and see what happens. Like I said, next week that'll be my next video will be, at least for the Lions, will be next week. I'll be at Ford Field. They take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. That will be my final home game of the year. So that's something I'm looking forward to at least. They take on Aaron Rodgers, and it's always fun when they beat Aaron Rodgers. So, even if that's, I know the playoffs are on the line, but that's extra motivation for me. My next video might be that, or it could be if the Michigan hires a head coach. That's another video, but tough loss for the Lions. They had especially when they were in it at halftime, they just fell apart in the third quarter, and it's just you can't do that. The offense they had no answer for. Well, that was the key right there. Is the Rams' defense against the Lions' offense in the third quarter. Whatever they did, the Lions had no answer, and it was just enough for the Rams to win. And with that win, the Rams actually clinch a playoff spot. So congratulations to them. Yeah, but it's a disappointing, just disappointing game. The way it went in the second half, and on top of that, I'm fighting a cold, as you might be able to tell my voice. So this day was kind of a struggle. At least I didn't have to go to work, but I do have to work the rest of the week. I got a full week and then 2 days next week, and then I'm off on Christmas break. So that's something for me personally. But once again, the Lions lose 41-34, still in third place in the division, but it's not looking good. At least the Packers lost, but we'll see how it goes. But until then, win or lose, go Lions. They're still in the hunt. They're not eliminated yet, but it's rough sledding ahead. Also, go Blue. I know they got their scandals. Man, that's a whole other mess with Sharon Moore going to prison, and now they're having a discussion about Ward Manuel, whether or not they should keep him or let him go, because it just seems like there's a scandal after scandal with this school ever since he took over. And that's just something I mentioned in my last video. And maybe it's time to let him go too, because I'm just tired of every single 2 months or something, there's something new coming out. So, and it's not fair to the players, especially here we got a perfectly good basketball team, 10-0. They're dominating college hoops, and no one's talking about them because their football coach is an idiot, and the athletic director, Ward Manuel, just, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts, but I'm just gonna keep them to myself for now because it's frustrating. It's been a frustrating day, but also go Tigers. They made a few signings today. They signed a closer from the Angels. I can't remember his name, but he seems like a solid guy, just up there in age. Pistons are still good, so go Pistons and go Red Wings. And yeah, try to stay warm out there. I know I've been saying that a lot, but man, it's not stop getting cold. But that'll do it for me. See you in my next video, and stay safe out there.